Having never played the original Metro 2033, I had no idea what to expect from Metro Last Light. Sure, I knew the basics: post-apocalyptic world, dystopian, survival horror, all the standard ingredients for successful single-player FPS. I mean, it worked for Fallout, right? But fortunately, that is where the similarities end and the original experience of Metro Last Light begins.
In fact, it all started that day, when Mother said we should take a walk in the botanical gardens, and go there by Metro.
The first thing to understand about the Metro series is that it's based in literature. The concept and story of the game is derived from an immensely popular series of Russian books written by Dmitry Glukhovsky, who has collaborated on both Metro games. This narrative storytelling approach, coupled with the pulse-pounding survival horror gameplay and atmosphere, is a winning combination that you are unlikely to find anywhere else. If I had to describe Last Light in one word, it would be this: immersion. The game uses everything at its disposal to immerse you in the dark, dank world of the Metro. Most HUD components have been eliminated, leaving only the ammo counter for your weapon, which is also removed under harder difficulties. But don't worry, you're not flying blind. Metro Last Light just integrates these HUD elements in a different, more organic way. For example, the air on Moscow surface is toxic. You have to wear a chemical mask to survive, and the mask requires filters to continue to work properly. Instead of a standard time counter cluttering up your screen and telling you when your filter will run out, your watch displays the amount of time left you have to breathe. Your handy-dandy watch also has a light sensor, which tells you if you're concealed in darkness or if enemies can see you. Additionally, there is no health meter, so you must rely on visual cues such as blurred vision, blood, and an accelerated heartbeat, represented by the vibration of your controller, to know when you're hurt. Your clipboard can be brought up at any time to show notes you have on your current objective, and it also contains your compass. All these intuitive alternatives to a static HUD add to the immersive quality of the game, making it more about the story and gameplay, and less about the bells and whistles of a standard FPS. The world is intricate and immensely detailed. You can actually feel the age and degradation of the Metro while you're there. Weapons range from pre-war assault rifles to pneumatic New World creations that fire ball bearings scoured from the machinery found in the Metro. You even have to wipe off your mask if it becomes covered in muck, which adds an additional layer of immersive polish. But for all its success, Metro Last Light is not without flaws. Graphically, the game does suffer some setbacks. While the world is intricate and detailed, there are times when textures load slowly, which makes for appearing signs and odd colorations that flicker when you move. Shadows can be oddly pixelated, and some characters move strangely out of sync with their voices and other sounds they create in the environment. Animations can be jerky, and occasionally downright weird. Collision detection was also an issue at some points, and when I walked into other characters, I found myself inside them looking at all their jagged edges. None of these visual issues were game-breaking by any stretch of the imagination, but I could definitely see the hardware limitations shining through the ambitious graphical design. However, the soundscape of Last Light is a different story. The orchestral score is dark and fitting, and sports an acoustic guitar in some spots. The blend delivers a downtrodden bluesy feel, which is appropriate given the circumstances. Additionally, the ambient sound of Metro is spot on. Scaling music intensifies already tense situations, and the echoing tunnels amplify the creepy sounds of would-be mutant attackers. During your time in the Metro, you'll fight for air and ammunition, fight against Fourth Reich Nazis and Communists, and fight for your continued existence. Along the way, you'll be treated to one of the most intense and immersive environments in gaming, backed up by an excellent story that shines throughout the game and tells a unique tale that is both evenly paced and compelling. This is one of the most original games I've ever played. It steps away from industry gameplay and structure standards, which could have been disastrous, but pulls it all together in a tightly woven experience. For this, we give it a 4 out of 5.